Alright, so today I'm going to do a small copy or a portion of a copy of this Dean Cornwell, which is nice and, limited in its palette. So I'm going to just draw it out and then go for it. But it's nice and it's not too colorful, and that will make it so it's a little bit easier to do. So I encourage you always to paint the things that you're interested in, and I love a good Dean Cornwell painting. It's just a great stories always evoked in his paintings. Doesn't have to be the most perfect drawing either. There you go. Take your time, draw it out. Get good at drawing so you can, loosely study everything. So his bandanas get this kind of off orange, and if you think of the times in which these are printed, they're at around a time that there was very minimal colors that were printed, and it's very, very fascinating because that's why they worked in these very limited palettes. It also shows that limited palettes can sometimes still evoke a nice kind of mood in the work, so you don't always need to have a full palette to have a good painting. So I'm going to probably just do a portion of it. I'm not going to do the whole painting, but just love the little narrative going on here with the pirate. Like, I stole your gold. I was like, oh, it's mine. It's like, nope, I'm going to take it now. So, probably more to the story than what I'm saying, but the other thing is to translate this into watercolor, which is really going to be a balance of color and value, and also it's pretty linear. So, it's got a little gun there. I've actually done a copy in this series already. His work is very graphic, not overly rendered, and it just tells such a wonderful story. You know, graphic in the sense that it's like some of the parts of it are very linear, like that hand. All right, maybe I'll start to go for it here. So, you know, one of the things with a Cornwell painting is that again, it's almost like it feels like it's outlined. So let me get some ultramarine blue. Transparent red oxide. And I guess you could even go with black, and you could even go with like a pen if you wanted to. But there's something beautiful even in Cornwell's line, the way he's using line. I'm going to try to get, you know, some of that beautiful brush language as I kind of ink it. You know, the medium is very diverse, so it can kind of feel, you know, maybe like another medium. Water, extend it a little bit. So, like watercolor's cousin is gouache. And gouache is where the illustrators actually turned, I think in the 60s, because it dried fast, and, you know, deadlines could be met without sending off a painting that was still wet, which is fascinating because, you know, that in like commercial art is really where watercolor gouache began to be used a lot. So it's a powerful medium, and illustrators and concept artists absolutely love it. But it's such a fantastic, wonderful medium that it shouldn't just be for that. So you can use it really whatever way you want. Again, you could mix media here, and you know the paper's also going to be a bit of that give as well. But you can mix media if you wanted to, you know, use pen and ink or something like that. All right, and then get this up, and maybe I'll start to get a little color in soon. All right, so I'm gonna just pull this off to the side, and here's the crazy thing about it is that I don't have like a lot of values here, so I'm gonna just go over the top and just build it. A little bit of dark. Trying to preserve some of it. All right, and then come in through here. And the fascinating thing about this is that it's going to be done with probably just a couple colors, and I'm going to take and tip it warm cool, and that's going to probably feel like it's more colors than you think, but it will feel unified. All right. So then if you want to tip it orange, it actually has the color already kind of built into it, because that's what makes it up. I'm going to just go over it, add some of that orange in here. And then also on this sash, it's also going to be orange as well. And look at how like beautifully sharp this gets. This like this. That mark. So pretty powerful. get a little more, like even the whole face can get a touch darker. All that. I'm going to just get like the darks in here first. The belt nice and orange. Now push a little of the blue, maybe in the shadow, just to enhance it a little bit. Here's one. You can kind of like a little scrub brush. Like get in there and soften all that. I don't even know what happened there, but it's there. Old blue, like crisscross, the warm blue kind of thing, which I think is not what most people see, but I do think it makes for an interesting painting. So let's just see if this will work. I'm try to scrub. This is definitely a technique you can do too. Just try to pull up some pigment, almost like an eraser. And kind of go back and forth a little bit. This is a bit more on the controlled side in terms of a watercolor. Anyway, you can kind of vignette it if you want. If I even just, I don't even know, just creating a bit of a something around it. Like design it. This seems to tell some of the story too, right there, that map. Give it a little bit more contrast. A little bit more blue in here too. Anyway, doesn't have to be perfect. You can leave it whenever you feel like you're done. do a couple more marks here, and I can call it a day. Let's just cover that a little bit darker. I think that's good enough. Just a quick little, vignette of a pirate. But warming up to it and designing it so that you're thinking about the painting, but marks and, all that good stuff. All right, let me just, to break up some of this, I'm going to just put a little on there. And then, I'll show you a little trick. If you ever did have it, you had even Chinese white, it tends to be a little bit on the opaque side. So what you can do, if you wanted, you could grab it. If you ever had like something that, needed to be cleaned up, go back in and, don't tell anyone, but it's really what gouache is sometimes mixed in to just add like a touch of something to it. So anyway, that's good enough.